Hi there folks, Steve here, and welcome to the final part in this mini-series, What Can You Do to Endure the Madness of Society? Yeah, this video series was about what can you do, what practical things can you do? And I broke my mind, really going back through my life, through the different phases, different times, things that had freed me up greatly. And I surprised myself that the things that I listed out were so simple and almost too soft to be of any power. In a way, I expected myself to come out with some more things that you can do as an activist, maybe, to the system, like non-compliance. But as I mentioned, we came through the videos down from the mind and through the senses and through the heart and reached the centre. And I wanted to stop at the centre because it's more difficult to talk about that what's below the centre. This being the next step would be then the stomach. And this is why I've stopped, because religion's got this all wrong, in my opinion, or people have totally misunderstood religion. Now, this video series wasn't set out as a spiritual guide, and in my dictionary, my own dictionary, spirit is synonymous with the stomach or the guts. You know, when you say, "Have you got the guts, mate? Are you spirited enough?" You know. Happy spirits, sad spirits, it's not a lot, to me it's not about Holy Spirit, and I find there's a great danger in the idea of a great deity, a supernatural human being or supernatural God that's making everything. And I think that most religions I find very dangerous. It's very dangerous to have gurus. The only guru I have is little babies and really old people. Everyone's a guru. Point being is there's no hierarchy, you know, there's no, all of the terminology that's used in the spiritual world is in a playful thing. But like I said, for me, spirit is spirit, it's guts, it's about having the guts, it's about being excited, it's the stomach, it's the feeling you get. You know, when I said on video number 1, don't worry, what I meant is contemplate and don't worry. You have to notice when you're starting to like drive yourself crazy with a thought that's not actually going to do anything, but at the end of the day that thought will end up in your stomach, and then you will know, your stomach will know what to do, your guts, you'll have the guts or the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm a little bit thinking that probably this whole series has been taken a little bit like some kind of esoteric teaching, and I do dislike esoterics greatly, because it builds its own little language, makes its own little eliteness, and if we haven't got a tough time already trying to work things out, we're throwing in loads of like stuff that can't be explained and seems to just drive people up the wall. You know, the things I've laid out for you in this video series are doable. You know, I've had to take into consideration there's people who are maybe, you know, in a wheelchair, or so you can't say to somebody running is the answer, and I don't think it is. You know, I think this is a war of the mind. I think this whole New World Order is like whoever it was it George W. Bush Senior, who said there's a big idea, the New World Order. It's exactly what it is. It's a big idea. It's not just one person's idea. When everybody shares that idea, it is the New World Order. But the thing is, what people are fighting is what it is. And in my opinion, the whole thing, the whole answer of what can you do, not to just endure the madness, but to actually solve a lot of it, is to stop. You know, it's not really an act of doing, it's an act of stopping doing. Stopping supporting corporations, stopping repeating things that you don't know are true, stopping being class thinking, you know, being racist or sexist or against other people. You know, letting people have their opinion, but standing up like a grown-up against the true injustices. You know, being of a different colour or race isn't hurting anyone, but hurting someone is hurting someone. You know, there's a lot of injustice in the world, and it will hurt you inside and out. And so the things that I've labelled, listed, are the things that help you not to just relax and find kind of inner harmony, but it'll help you to play guitar, to write poetry, it'll help you to stand up against the police, it'll help you to feel more confident at job interviews. You know, it won't help you to raise the dead. It won't help you to like see auras or, you know, anything like that. We're talking about useful things. And it's all got very, very airy-fairy, you know. The internet itself is just made of loads of virtual stuff. You know, you've got these films, Hollywood films and computer games and these false impressions of the world we live. And then when I say simple things like, you know, we're a human antenna generating voltage. We've got the power if you do it right, if you use your human body like the machine it is, the man machine, then you can have a better life, you know. But people instantly, because of this whole spirituality, esoteric or religion, have tainted all of that and given it kind of this unrealness, you know. You know, I don't mind people's, you know, belief systems and stuff, but I think everybody should have their own little belief system, their own little deity, you know, yourself as the deity, if you want. But, you know, religion's an institution, and, you know, and when you disbelieve in stuff, that's a religion too, you know. There's a lot of people who dilute the world with cynicism and mockery and scoffing at every little last element, you know. And not looking at the, you know, somebody might be doing something 10%, which is really a little bit rotten to the core, but 90% of something good. So, you know, I see a lot of people picking on that 10%, rather than saying to that person, you know, you've got the 90% right, you know. It's this whole attitude. I'm not talking about negatives and positives, because in my world of physics and music, you've got push and pull and rest. You've got three states. It's about equilibrium. It's not black and white. It's not yin and yang. You know? It's about temper. It's about temperament. If you feel something, it warms you up. You warm up and you get a temper. And it's like forging steel. You know, that steel's just too soft because you just haven't got, say, angry enough. You know, then you need to temper it. You need to heat it up. You need to heat that sword, that word. The words that you speak might need a bit of anger. Just don't carry it around with yourself for too long and don't burn yourself. But I'm not saying, you know, let things go, be passive, be happy. I'm saying don't worry about losing your temper. As long as you've followed all of the other things about reason and you've done your best. You know, I say never get angry, but I know that's not going to be a reality, so you've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you? No advice is going to help, but I'm just rambling now. Point being, you know, we've just been brainwashed by so much stuff, indoctrination from school and church and television. Somehow that needs undoing, deprogramming. We can't just simply reject something and then think we've got the right direction. We can't just reject the fact that there's things in the air we can't see, like telephone calls. You know, and the fact is it's not whether a frequency is dangerous, it's whether that frequency is in harmony that makes it dangerous or not. You know, it's like a CD. If you put a CD on of really high-pitched squealing, it's still a frequency, it's still audio, it's still a CD, but after a while it's just going to really damage your hearing. So you can't say that anything is good or bad, it's the way it's set up harmonically. You know, it's the resonance with itself and with its surroundings. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, folks, you know. Anyway, this was just a little final rant, and I hope you did get something from this series. All of the videos I do have got the answers in, or little answers, not for all of you, but for some of you. You know, I hope to try and put answers in. You know, and if you want to dispute any of the points, or if you want to add a point, do so, you know. Love it. You know, so next week I think I might get onto some more controversial issues and really have some rants, get it off my chest. Okay, until then, till the next video, thanks for watching, have a good time, and cheerio.